disclaimer. Baby, it's best for y'all to start cooking your own food because you don't know the conditions is going on in them kitchens. Come on, Rhymes. Them conditions going on in the kitchens. Now, there's this video. I was minding my own business and I saw a title that said Miami worker seen removing rats with kitchen tongs. Chinese restaurant shut down again for rat and roach infestation. So we gonna roll this bean footage, baby, because I am here for this, because I want y'all to see that at some point you can't trust what's going on in the kitchen of the place that you visited. Come on now, let's roll this bean footage. Let's go.
Jeff Weinsier, Local 10 News.
How many dead rats are you going to bring out today?
Huh?
How many dead rats are you going to bring out today?
English.
Rats.
Just minutes after opening the front doors and start business of the day, caught on camera, out back.
Stay.
An employee using kitchen tongs to remove dead rat after dead rat.
Another one.
Tossing them into a dumpster out back. There were 3 in all. This just days after Mei Fu was ordered shut by the state. The inspector last week finding rodent droppings in the kitchen.
But you're open for business and you're serving people food.
Yeah, we'll be clean.
Pulling 3 dead rodents out of the
Yes,
back
sir.
of the kitchen doesn't mean you're clean. I promise you that.
Mei Fu, located at 15030 Northwest 7th Avenue, that's near the Golden Glades. Last week, a state inspector was here based on a consumer complaint, ordered the place shut. State records show 70-plus rodent droppings found by the ice machine at the front counter, under cooking equipment, in a storage area. And during a follow-up visit here the next day, there were even more rodent droppings. Mei Fu was eventually allowed to reopen last week following a reinspection. And then a week later on Wednesday, there was this.
Where'd you find them? In the kitchen?
Yes, and then bring out.
Is that acceptable to you? Would you want to eat in a restaurant like that? You were ordered shut last week for the rodent droppings. The inspector was here based on a complaint. That was a week ago, which means the problem still exists.
Yeah, you made that move. Take time, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
But you're opened. In other words, you should be closed, clean up the problem, and then reopen.
Just hours after we reported what we witnessed to the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation, and inspectors showed up. And that same state agency that allowed Mei Fu to reopen last week ordered the place shut again. The inspector saw a live rodent running under the cook line, rodent droppings behind freezers, storage shelves, and around bags of MSG. There were rodent rub marks from their nasty coat on the walls. There was a roach issue. Tonight, Mei Fu remains closed, and frankly, based on what we saw, it never should have been allowed to.
Baby, now no shade when I say this, but a lot of times people always associated chicken being rat meat and dog meat and cat meat at those type of restaurants. You know what I'm saying? But no shade for me. That's just what the streets is saying, okay? Allegedly, they say the block is hot. The block is hot. Now, y'all really do have to seriously start going into these restaurant establishments and looking at their inspection grade. Now, that is supposed to be at the front of the restaurant, which you'll also see a sign for their business license. If they have any liquor in the premises, on the premises, it'll be a liquor license. And then their most recent inspection grade. If they don't have an A, baby, if they have anything below an A, you need to run for it. Run! Because there are some things that's going on in there that's not A worthy. And they need to be A shut down. But on a serious note, the fact that this person walked out with some tongs that are tongs they probably gonna use in the kitchen on your food, and they kept dumping this rat, these mice and things into this trash can, and they were okay with that. See, the thing is, everybody swear they can't speak English when they in trouble. He's like, huh? You don't know what? We have a who? We have a rat? We don't have a rat. We no rat. We're a rat. We're a rat. Like, he was just acting like he couldn't understand. He clearly could understand. He got a whole ear pod in his ear. He just need to pull it out so he can hear all the way. But the fact that the restaurant was operating and he didn't see anything wrong with the fact that there was roaches crawling around. There were rat feces in the kitchen area where the food was being stored. There were actually rats scattering when they cut the lights on. They were dead rats after the fact. What they died from, we don't know. And they're taking them to the dumpster, dumping it, but there's still roaches and rats inside the building. They're removing the dead rats from. Baby, y'all got to close. They had just recently shut down to open back up with the same infestation issue. It sounds like somebody being cheap, because y'all could have called Terminex. Y'all could have called any bug inspection company to come out and come fumigate that place down. You're dealing with food. So you cannot have that exposure around food. That's why your stomach hurt. That's why you balled up. Because your stomach is doing flips like an acrobat. Your booty is burning because you have diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. Because your stomach is telling you, baby, this ain't food. This ain't right. This ain't no dressing sauce. This is loose guts vial from an animal or a species. Baby, I've already told myself I'm limiting down on where I go to eat. Like, I go pretty much to the same places because I've never gotten sick and the food tastes good and delicious every single time. But these little rinky-dink in shopping plaza, in food truck area places that you just really don't ever see long lines at, baby, we got to stop. No. And then the worker looked so pissed. Because he probably, man, I don't even get paid enough for this. He walking the thing out. He ain't even try to hide the fact that it was a rat or a mouse or whatever insect rodent it was on the tongs. He just like, but you want to know the truth about your favorite restaurant? Wait till an employee gets wrongfully terminated. Oh, they finna go run tell it on the mountain, over the hills. They finna go tell it. But I don't want you to get sick hoping and praying that people that are behind in the kitchen are doing the right thing. I take that seriously. I'm always wearing my gloves. I'm refreshing, my containers. I'm making sure the temperature is at the right place. Even when the food is cooked, I'm storing those foods in the right temperatures. A lot of people leave your food on the counter and they're reheating it past the heat level. They're not washing the dishes with the hottest water. So you're just getting sick from bacteria. You're getting sick from salmonella. You're getting sick from all of those different bacteria because they're not doing what they need to do to ensure food safety. You see a million places pop up, but you see a lot of people pop up at a hospital too. Some of y'all don't make it. Some of y'all still got food poisoning as I'm talking to you on this video. You sitting there with some ginger ale and rubbing on your stomach. So do we have a lot of time to cook these days? Probably not. And if you do choose to go to a restaurant of your choice, baby, be grateful that restaurant takes pride in cooking and delivering the food to you, serving you up properly. It takes one bad dish to F you up. I've seen so many posts about people saying, man, I'm just so hot. Oh, I'm so hot. I haven't been able to sit up. I ain't been able to hold my food down. Food poisoning. They're using recalled food. And they're not, baby, listen, that place needs to be shut down. And hopefully it's shut down for good. Not just shut down till they fix the problems, because they've been reopened since they had the problems. They never fix it. They just keep reopening. Y'all, when you go somewhere and it's not right, call the inspector, food inspector for that county, for that city, and get them over there. It does matter. Because they're taking your money and underserving you. But you know what? Y'all ugly asses gonna do what you want to do. The fact that that man knows that that's going on in his kitchen and he still open his doors, let you know they don't give a damn about you. But do your research. And hopefully, wherever you have a report at, you go there. Don't stop going to these little hole in the walls, baby, before you have another hole in your ass. But anyway, I am just the messenger. It's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, down food with your girl, make sure you check out that website, Yes, www.shauniebentertainment.com. Check out the finger option to drop donations, but never any pressure to do either of the two, because I see the likes, the shares, the comments means the world to me. So I just want to tell you thank you from my lips to your ears for rocking with me, because y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all keep me company. But let's hop in the comments, though. On some seriousness, we've all had a situation where we ate something and it didn't sit right with us. And that's the part of your body that I'm telling you need to say thank you to, because it recognizes on sight that that's not something your body wants to accept it. It wants to reject it. So as you are feeling that, that means that your body's doing what it's supposed to do. But if your body does not acknowledge the fact that this thing is poisoning you from the inside out, oh, baby, you got some questioning to do for your health. But at the same speed, if you get sick, then you need to call the food inspector for that area and let them go over to that restaurant, because if you get sick right after, it's something wrong with that food. It's nothing wrong with you, it's the food. And you got to hold these restaurants accountable, because our lives count on it. It's just not logical to cook every single day in the busy world we live. So the restaurant or the food place that you choose to pick out, goddamn skippy, they got to do right by the food they're serving, because it could kill a whole damn neighborhood. But like the reporter asked him, and shout out to the reporter, would you want to eat from here? He was like, oh no, you are crazy. Me no like here. Absolutely not. He was just looking like, oh. So why would you feed people something you wouldn't eat, something you wouldn't even give your own family? So think about that before you go give your money to somebody that doesn't care how their lack of makes you and your family feel. But again, keep your head on a swivel. You can't see back there in the kitchen, but trust your gut before they mess your gut up. And like I tell y'all, I'm just a messenger. So until next time, next story, and I'm out this piece.